Let's remember, this woman met him about 5 months when he was on the run, gave a false name. There was a dating app where they met. It was interesting. He was fun, gregarious, and smooth talker. Talked about using cash and a paper license. And then the prosecutor went into family. How did the father die? From a heart condition, and the mother a few years earlier from leukemia. I'm curious. I have a feeling on this, but I'm just curious your thoughts. When you were listening to that evidence being elicited, did it strike you as why the defense in your mind wasn't objecting to that?
Well, I think what struck me more than anything is, yes, I see its value as far as consciousness of guilt, that, he's not being truthful with this woman about his background because he's got something to hide. But other than that, I don't really know if it moves the needle as far as his guilt about what he's charged with the murder of his mother. I mean, he's a liar. Okay, he lied about his past. He lied about his name. He lied about his family members to her. But does that turn him into a murderer beyond the fact that this is obviously the way somebody would behave if they were on, a fugitive from the law? Again, I think there's plenty and ample evidence to connect him to this murder. But if I'm his defense attorney, I'm going to make the argument like, listen, he was a fugitive also from a criminal conviction where he was supposed to do prison time. He's got a motivation to be lying and not be telling the truth about his background for many reasons that have nothing to do with whether or not he killed his own mother. So again, I could see the argument here. I don't know if it moves the needle, though, as far as his guilt in this case.
Yeah, I just want to follow up a little bit with that because we have a lot of lawyers that watch the show and want to be lawyers down the road. I agree with you. I mean, flight is definitely something they'll be charged with at the end of the day, and there's some relevance to that. But all evidence that's admitted has to be relevant. And then we have this character assassination rule that requires, which says you can't admit that kind of evidence unless it goes to, and there's a number of factors. So to me, I was just kind of, whether he was interesting, fun, gregarious, smooth, I don't know what that has to do with flight. I think I'm getting to the point you're using, relevance. What is the relevance as to what he said about the father dying? The mother, maybe there's some relevance, but am I putting too fine a point on it? I may be, but I just felt it was a little dangerous territory to get into some of that character information. I don't know.
Yeah, and I could see maybe why the defense is sitting on their hands, because they might feel that this isn't all that damaging to them. That, end of the day, he lied about one thing, he lied about several things. Does that, like I said, move the needle all that much? And they may be thinking, okay, let her say what she's got to say. We have our argument on this. And the more she talks about him lying, it doesn't really change things as far as we're concerned. But I agree with you. At a certain point, what are we doing here? Where's the relevance? How is this at all related to whether or not he took his own mother's life?
Yeah.